Here we are. We are back at it. The housing conversation, local markets, real lives, better decisions, probably. Jake Johnson, realtor guy, Brian Smith, mortgage guy. What's happening, Jake?
So my
Welcome
friend,
to the show. Doing the
I
deal.
love you're probably helping out. It's important. It's true
Mhm.
though. Like we can only do so much. That's the reality, man. I can't solve all the problems, but I can solve the ones I know about, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I get that. That tracks. That's real. The
Hmm.
I don't know. What are you seeing out there? It's busy, right? It's busy in a
Yeah,
weird way. I feel like is that an
yeah.
accurate?
I feel like there is a lot of properties out there for both buyers,
Mhm.
and then so seller kind of are feeling that too, right? Where there's more competition than they're used to for their properties to stick out. Um, I also feel like buyers are competing with less people on an offer. So you might be you and another agent, or you and another offer, right? If you're looking to buy a house, but so your offer is still going to be good, but you're not competing against seven. It's just one. So when it's 1-to-1, like that's harder actually, because usually if there's multiples, like something gets lost in the shuffle, somebody's really not good, and then you just elevated, right? When it's just two offers, it's all got to be buttoned up. So there's a lot of that going on.
I think I agree 100%. I think we're dealing in a market where affordability is getting pushed in from all sides.
Mm-hmm.
I see rates are still like right in the sixes, mid
Mm-hmm.
sixes.
Yep.
Um, but home values, I think you'd say going up, still going higher.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to come down, right? We don't have enough, and you're not as long as you're not like wrecking your house, it's going to appreciate in value.
It'd be
Um,
fine.
it happens, but I think part of that is also like when you're going to make home renovations on your house, think big picture, right? So if you're removing walls to make a bedroom bigger, great. Did you just lose a bedroom though? Well, yes. Well, then the appraisal changes, right? Because now we have the same square footage, but we lost a bedroom. Well, that's weird. But if you're making updates that add livability to your home, they're investments in the property, the non-sexy stuff, right? You're like, hey, I put a new furnace in. Cool.
Right.
It's really exciting to your agent. We love that. You probably don't care, but it does matter in the long run. Like a new roof, not exciting, but really exciting to your agent, your lender, and your insurance agent also loves that. But like those are the things that we get excited about. And everyone's like, I just painted my bathroom. I'm like, that's awesome. I
That's not
also
a
like that,
deal. Yeah.
but I don't care about the money side of that as much. You're happy when you do the big ones.
I had a conversation about that kind of recently with a renovation loan where I was like,
Well,
they're disappointed in what the future value would be um, after the renovation. And I said, I guess I would look at that and I would say, you had windows and putting in new windows. You have to kind of level it out as like there were
mhm.
windows, we're not getting
Yeah.
new windows. We're not
Yep.
adding square footage there. Putting carpet in, not not going to increase the value of the house, going to make it more
Mhm.
saleable, going to maybe
Yep.
increase the sale price of the house,
Hmm.
but that's not the
Yep.
impactful moment there. And
Right.
kind of walking through that of what did you add a bathroom? Oh man, did you change all of the faucets from Moen to Kohler? I just picked on two people I don't even know, but like, Kohler, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
but you know what I mean? Did you just upgrade
Hmm.
faucets? Well, okay,
Right.
so you get like what's the stuff there? I think kind of I agree with you. You get into this strategy of what's the value? Is the value going to go up? Maybe.
Hmm.
But there's a lot to the strategy that we're working through. And when you get
Yeah.
good lender guy, realtor guy, you get the price of the house might be changing.
Yeah.
Your rate is probably not what you're
Hmm.
looking for in a whole strategy of the plan.
Yeah.
Um, that's the I don't know. That's the difference. It's all about utilizing the people and the tools available to you to make the deal work correctly,
100%.
and getting what you want, right? So you might be
Yeah.
like, I only want the ones with the cool fixtures in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, I don't know. We're gonna look a
Yep.
while, but
We
like,
are.
or you might be like, I want to pick the cool fixtures in the bathroom.
Hmm.
So
Exactly.
so there's parts of that, but
Yep.
I don't know. The So you're out there doing stuff. What I've been thinking about this. What are things, this is a surprise question for you, so I'm excited to hear the answer. What are things that buyers are asking you this summer that they weren't last summer? So like
Ooh.
we're in July. What is the difference between this July and 365 days ago?
Yeah. That's a great question. I've been asked more than ever before why people are moving. Um,
Interesting.
and honestly, I don't usually know. And I don't, it's a question I can't always get an answer from the seller, because they don't have to tell us, right? And so
Hmm.
but I was always intrigued by that. But it's a good question, right? Like it speaks to motivation. And so I like that my buyers are thinking in that world as opposed to it's just dollars and cents and dates. It's like, well, why are they moving? What can we do to make their life easier? Um, and that's a good thing, I think. I think for the most part, that's a really interesting approach that people are taking, which is cool. I like to see that. Um, yeah, that was a big one. I have a lot more people crunching the numbers and saying, "Hey, if we buy this down, we sell in 5 years. What do you think this will sell for?" I'm like, "Well, I can guess,
Hmm.
but if it's like the last 5 years, oh God, it's going to be massive." But there also is a pandemic in there, so those numbers aren't real. Like, take 5% growth every year. Just use that number and see what happens. Like, if that number makes you happy, then you're feeling good. Will it be more? Probably, because you're going to invest in your house. And what if no one else sells in your neighborhood the next 5 years and you're the only one and someone wants to be in your neighborhood? They're going to pay a lot for your house. But
Hmm.
just be happy with the house you have. And I think the other thing I get asked a lot is like, can we stretch and get this house? And I say, I don't know. That's your budget.
Yeah.
Please don't, please don't think you can without talking to your lender, because Brian, obviously, you ask a lot more questions than I do when it comes to their funding because you have to give them money.
Yeah.
I just show them the pretty houses and write the contracts, but like I don't do the funding part of it, so I don't need to know their back, the things in their closet that they don't want to talk about, but like you need to know so you can fix
Right.
it, so you can get them the house. They're not bad; they're just hurdles, and we jump over them. It's a reason it's an Olympic event, right? So, yeah, I guess that's a lot of stuff. How about for you? Are there questions you've been getting asked this summer or even the spring into summer by borrowers that either you haven't been asked for a while, or that surprise you?
It's kind of similar. So you get the, oh gosh, why? So to kind of piggyback off, why are people moving, right? So we've been dealing with a lot of people still say things like, why would I ever move? I have a 3% rate. And I'm
Yeah.
like, because, I think I've said this on here before. What if you get a job in Omaha? Are you
Hmm.
renting there? Are
Right.
you keeping this
Yeah.
house? That's
Hmm.
something. And so like in that vein, I get a lot of that because now people are starting to move. They're starting to go, I just can't, it's got to
Yep.
go, right? We got to be there. And I'm saying a lot, like we as a population need to not confuse what is not
Hmm.
historically low rates with historically high. It's not just because it's not 3% doesn't mean it's out of the ballpark. It means that it's
Right.
normalized. It means that that is
Hmm.
real and we're not dealing with the pandemic and we're not, so getting into the mid sixes, like I said earlier, that's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
normal. That's as worse as it's going to be if you're on a 30-year fix. So go with that. And then if you're getting much lower than
Hmm.
that, people are like, how do I get it low? And I'm like, well, so and so said I could have, X rate and you're saying Y rate. And I'm like, well,
Hmm.
ask what the cost of the rate is. What are you paying for the rate? A lower
Hmm.
rate doesn't mean a better deal necessarily. You could be spreading, thousands of dollars into it. Like, you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
here's a couple $1,000s to get a discount point
Hmm.
to get the rate that's a trophy
Yep.
rate. It's like, and I
Hmm.
say that all the time. I'm like, just don't make sure that you're getting the monthly, right? That makes sense for your family. Make sure that you're moving forward with just things that make sense. And
Hmm.
stop talking about your rate at cocktail parties because I got a secret for you. No one really cares. Have a party at your house. Show them what's up. Enjoy what you can get.
Hmm.
So we're doing
That's very
that.
true.
We're getting a lot of questions too about what kind of programs are out there, right? So more
Hmm.
than ever in my career, I'm talking to people about non-QM stuff. I'm talking about creative things. I've always been
Yep.
a kind of guy that gets into that, but we're looking at people are looking at investments
Yeah.
opportunities with DSCR. People are looking at self-employed stuff, which is really
Hmm.
exciting. Working with that, it's always a good time. But finding ways to get people to what they want without ruining it, right? Like, how far can I
Yeah.
spread, like, get myself here?
Hmm.
What do you? We would like you to be able to buy a couch for your new house because the one that's in the
Yeah.
place you live in now, never the one that you're wanting in the new
Hmm.
place.
Yep.
And then ultimately, I say it all the time. I'd love for you to be able to sit on that couch on a Friday night and have a pizza without bankrupting yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just,
That is a key part of it. Absolutely.
so a lot more of that, a lot more in-depth
Mhm.
conversations about how to pull the right levers to get the right deal, what they
Definitely.
can make a competitive offer on a house. Seeing that
Hmm.
a bunch. I bet you're seeing that where it's, how do I make this more competitive? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm not going to be the one to tell you not to get an inspection.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I think contingencies are coming up more and people are interested in that.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's an interesting time to be doing this because I also think that a lot of people are still pretty slow,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I don't,
Mhm.
I did not expect that from my peers, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else you got? We got I go joke. I just
I- I'm
I
amazed at how fast summer has flown by. Somehow it's the third week of July. My son starts high school football camp in 2 weeks.
that's
Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened, and I don't know how he's a high schooler, but I'm doing fine with it. Totally not
yeah.
freaking out.
You just started visibly sweating. No, I'm just
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. It's
I
like,
don't
"Whoa, he's
know.
old."
How do you make your hair stand on end without touching it? Like, yeah, right.
Yes, no
So
kidding.
you make me sweat. My kids are getting, I got some time. I got eighth grade and then I'm dealing with.
Hmm.
But it's all stuff we're coming into. So it's been sailing season, so race season
Sweet.
for me, which has been good. Things have been going
Yeah,
well. Competitive.
nice.
Um, we're just finished baseball tryouts. We are wrapping into. We're gonna have basketball tryouts coming up again soon here. So it's all kind of we're in a little space of niceness. Uh,
Yeah.
See if we can get to some county fairs,
Oh, yeah.
music, see if we can get
Hmm.
outside, do some fun family stuff. What uh what vegetable do pirates like the least?
I don't know which one.
Leeks, which, if you've ever been on a boat that's leaking, yeah, ooh, it's bad. I think that these are getting maybe worse, and no,
Nope, never
I
heard of
just I just don't want anyone to think that I'm writing them. This is not original
it.
material.
I take no credit for creating these. I just read them. That's awesome.
I get handed these,
Yep.
and yeah, so they're not original material. But did you hear about the guy who invented Altoids?
Oh,
No, I heard he made a mint.
see,
There,
that's two
see,
in one. On a
boom.
great day.
We go for a twofer because I'm feeling, yeah,
Yeah.
generous.
Yeah. Tis the season.
You are welcome. So I don't know. With that, I think at the end of the day, um, you don't buy an interest rate, you buy a house.
Yep.
Mortgages are a tool to make that purchase work. You got
Yes.
to work with your real estate agent. You got to find the right spot. You got to make
Yep.
sure that you're, you know, shopping correctly. I think important. My
Yeah.
kind of thought of the day is before we leave you, I think make a plan, communicate well, find out what
Hmm.
your range is, go
Yeah.
shopping within your means,
Hmm.
and then work to get the opportunity to buy the house that you want to live in. And I guess the other thing I would say is I am seeing a ton of people who are trying to lowball offers, and I am not certain that this is that market.
Yeah. No, I don't think we're there. Not at all. Not. I mean, sure, our property's been on the market for 3 months. Go nuts. But
Yeah.
under a couple weeks, nope.
Went on the market yesterday. I'm writing $50,000 low. I'm like,
Yeah. Don't do
someone's
that.
going to offer $50,000 over cash. Be
Hmm.
careful. But
Yep.
again, if you got a real estate agent that's writing offers and doing the stuff, and you want to work with you, go for it.
Yep.
Deals
Absolutely.
deals are out there, but they are, you got to find them.
Yeah, you do. That's for sure.
Well, on that note, I'll say I was sitting at the Chinooks game the other night, watching Lakeshore Chinooks, and was sitting behind a Quick Trip banner, and I considered
Nice.
maybe having my wife take a picture of me sitting behind it because as we sign off, I will say, see you next time.
See you
And that
next
should be a
time.
banner right here, right?
Just
Don't know if
drop
it's
it.
don't even know if it's legal.
Probably not.
All right.